Hi, I thought I would just show you where I've got to in my power feed. I've modified this quite a few times to try and get the best method to engage the drive dog. I've had a pin in the side here, slider across the top. This seems to be the best method at the moment. On this motor there's 2 speeds. The fastest speed is that. That's the slow speed. There's off, and there's forward, off, back, faster speed, stop. That's disengaged. That's engaged. The way I'll just get me screwdriver. The way I've gone about this is I'll show you inside. I've been foiling that bit at the top. Bit of swarf in there. I'll take the top off. I'll turn the power off first. I've got a variable power supply down there as well, so the slowest speed I can even have it to be slower if I want to. Take the that's the switch configuration that I've wired up. I decided to have off, on, off, on, just an off and on to reverse it. It's just a lever, slot in the top, little plate over with a screw just to retain it. That's all that is. Nothing special. That's just a spacer that is there. Little spacer. Just to take out the ply. This is the slider. As you can see, it slides. I'll just take that off so you can see. Right. Oops. Right. There's the motor and the shaft. The shaft there is on the keyway. I'll show you. It's on the keyway there. There was a thread on the end of the motor shaft. I did make this shaft with a thread inside, but when I screwed it onto the shaft, it was running out. So I decided just to put a pin through the shaft there, and I glued that shaft then onto the motor, and as it was going round, I just tapped it through, so that shaft is running true to the motor shaft. Sorry for the pictures. I'm holding it in my hand and I can't see what I'm doing. So these holes for the motor mounting, that they are bigger, so I can move the mounting or move the motor in a position that's better. You can see what I've done here. There's four studs there. 1, 2, 3, 4. This slides in and out of the studs. I've actually milled. Oh, I've actually milled that. You can see it. I've milled that to fit if I can get it in. I've milled that to fit in That's between the shafts there. That spacer was just to take up the play between the top of that shaft and the top of the plate that's screwed onto there. So that's that. That's that. As I say, I tried different. I tried. It's on YouTube. There's a couple of examples of where they've had a bar in there with an hole in each side to slide up and down. I thought I tried that. Now it seemed to be binding quite a bit. I've had this plate. I've had this plate on here. I've had an hole. That hole there is for a pin that went through to engage in this drive dog to slide it up and down that way. That wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. This seems the best way to do it up to now that I've found. I've spent a lot of time fiddling about trying to get the best engagement or the smoothest engagement that I can, and this seems to be pretty good. So that's that. This other drive dog here, I can get it off. I haven't put a screw in this yet, but it's on a keyway. I've milled a slot in there, probably about, I don't know, probably about 1.5 inches deep, 2 inches deep. I've milled it straight down there. I put the milling cutter in there and I've plunged down 2.5 mil deep. I haven't got a broach to clean that up to a square shoulder, so what I did was I've just rounded the keyway off. No, it's fine. It's fine. That's all right. I had to buy an extra deep end mill, 5 mil to go down there, cardboard tipped. It's milled down to about there, straight the way down there. So that fits over there. No problem. I might put a screw in there to hold it in position, but with everything bolted down and pushed up there, it's not going to go anywhere anyway. So you know, let's leave that as it is. So I'll just wind this table back. So while so I'm just winding this table back. That's just a just move the camera around a bit. So that's just it's just a plate, a few holes in, little few modifications here and there. As I say, I've been playing with different setups. Obviously that comes off. There you are, like so. Just move the camera in. While I was here as well, while I was waiting for a few bits and pieces for the power feed, or you know, wondering what I was going to do and this, that and the other, I actually fitted the first part of my DRO. Sorry, I'm lifting the tripod up. I bought this from Banggood. I think it was for this and the three axis sensors and that. It was about £197 for that and the three sensors. So it wasn't too well. They posted them. They split the orders into about 3 different orders, and apparently one order got lost, which I had to reorder it again. But anyway, after fiddling and farting around, I finally got them. So the y-axis works fine. Oops. The y-axis works fine. It's the same principle on what Aid did on his YouTube channel. I followed his let's move it back a bit. I followed his method. It's probably about the best method. I couldn't see any other way of doing it. You know, to any great advantage. So anyway, so this is it. It's exactly the same as what he did. I got the x-axis and I got the Z, which is obviously another couple of jobs to do. That works fine. I've been using that on the Y, no problem. So anyway, that's the insight into what I've been doing there. As I say, oops, just find where I am. That piece there I milled on a collet, hexagon collet, upright like that. I used a 5mm cutter on the centre line, the edge of the cutter on the centre line, and just turned it round to the 3 positions on the hex socket, and then just went straight through, and then just milled a little bit that was left, and that fitted. I'll always get this one out here. That fitted perfectly. That fitted together perfect. As I say, there's bits milled there and there's holes there and there's whatever. So that was like just determining, trying different things. That's why it's been so long, really, since I've done my last video. As I say, there's a pin there, and it's glued on. And then I turned the motor on, and as it was spinning, I clocked that up with the glue in, obviously. I clocked that up so it was running true to the motor shaft. Left it to dry, and runs true now to within about half a thou. But I can move this I can move this plate anyway. The difference with this shaft is it does engage. It does engage that part of the shaft there. Oops, where are we? That part of the shaft, 10mm of it, does engage with this drive dog, so it centralises that. So this one on here, I see that's on a keyway, obviously. So that 10mm or so of it engages that shaft anyway to centralise the shaft. It's not like away from it. It's actually engaged into there, which makes it better. It makes it better in my opinion. So that's about it really. That's what I've been doing. Works fine. The 2-speed motor, as I say. There's one. I've used that as the ground or the reverse. You know, obviously that switches from positive to negative, but there's a switch that switches either of those to which terminal. So that's just that. So that switch is like on, off. On, off, on, off. I was going to have an on and off, but I thought, well, if I have a central, I can actually just flick it off. You know, well, I need an on and off switch anyway, so. And that's just an ordinary. That's like an on, as I said. It just switches the supply from positive to negative, negative to positive. One goes straight to the ground terminal, if you like, on there, but it's not ground really, because it'd be positive or negative. And then the other wire goes through this switch, and that's an on and an on. So that goes through this switch here to the central terminal, and then on there will be one speed, and on there will be the other speed. So and then that gets switched when this other switch here, the reverse polarity switch, takes into effect. Just gets all reversed. So that's nothing odd about that. So basically, that's it. Well, I hope you've seen some insight into what I've been doing. I may do some more videos on the x-axis and maybe the z, but you know, it's nothing that you can't see on YouTube anyway. So it'd probably be nothing different there. I might not have a backing plate like I did on mine. I want to get it fairly low down, so the table will actually go under this shroud here, so I don't lose any travel on the Y. Well, in a minute that'll give me about 190 I think it's 180 or 90mm travel. Right, that does the full travel. So that's what I've been doing. I'll post some more videos and whatever, and hope to see you soon. Thank you. Thanks for watching.